Okay, so we've had a couple of days to think about the news of the WRC and the news surrounding Rally 1. I recorded the first video on Wednesday just after the news had come out, and that was because I was away yesterday in Poland. Ironically, I went past M Sport's Polish factory at one point, or two. But, yeah, the Rally 1 news, I just wanted to give my own personal thoughts on it because I'd given a little bit of them already, but let's talk about it a bit more. Of course, none of this is final. The actual rules package hasn't been formalised, but a lot of it sounds set in stone in terms of targets and goals and aspirations. So yeah, here we go. Essentially, what I understand is Rally 1 from 26, well, moreover from 27, but the start in 26 will be featuring a lot more spec parts and will be a single supplier chassis, well, kind of space frame. The chassis then gets bolted on top of, be a bit bigger, and it means that you can have a Puma shape but not have to have a Puma as the basis, more or less. So you can choose to have a massive Citroen C1 in theory, or a tiny Transit in theory, I guess. Of course, those are taking things to the absolute extreme, but you kind of get what I'm saying. The way the scaling works means it will be almost a kind of silhouette rally championship. But a spec parts, meaning that they're aiming for 400k per car, it'll actually be more affordable than people estimated the World Rally cars were. I'm not even talking about the 70 to 21s. I'm talking all the way back to, what, around the 2010s, around the time of the recession. I mean, I remember the British Rally Championship when they switched to Super 1600s and away from World Rally cars. It was because they were saying they could cost up to £500,000. And that's going on 20 years ago. So 400,000 is quite a modest target. Rally 2 cars, I think it's what, 250 grand. Rally 3 cars are supposed to be 100 grand, but they're not. That's what they're supposed to be. So 400 grand, that's a decent target, and it puts it in a similar space to around the GT4, GT3 area. So for gentlemen drivers, that's a good deal. Will it have any success is my question. Because the reason why you've got a Rally 2 Plus and a new Rally 1 is to be the Rally 1 Minus is because they are both still fundamentally different things. The Rally 2 Plus has got to be production derived. As you're not going to have the space frames right now in Rally 2s that you see in Rally 1s. But I totally get that. I think that makes total sense. I think it makes sense to have something that's production derived. I think the only reason why the new Rally 1 makes sense is because they want to have it so that manufacturers will go a bit like how you have with coach builders for buses, right? You'll have like when Proton had that concept that was never competed in. Never competed in any event, and it only ever had a prototype safe. But they went to prototype and said, "Yo, can you build us something that's for one of our cars, but it's based on the 22B?" You could just have that happen. You could have, say, Subaru goes to ProDrive this time, and they go, "Yo, could you make the WRX into a World Rally car again?" Like, yeah, sure. Just pop it on, just give us a little bit of money, and we'll run it. It'll be like happy days. But I don't think it's going to attract new manufacturers. And therein lies the problem. Is a lot of this feels like it's based off the kind of pie in the sky thinking of, we'll get more manufacturers back in. I don't know if the WRC will. The one that you have to track is Skoda. They've dominated Rally 2 for ages. And, well, it'd be nice to have a Cami, just because I could say that more cars that I've driven have been rally cars. But in reality, it'd probably be the Fabia, right? But if they don't see the point in going across to a Fabia Rally 1, even if they're selling to privateers, shows the whole issue that Rally 1 is having is not being resolved properly in the first place. It'll help M Sport out, and M Sport are a great team. But I don't know how many more teams will help out in Rally 2 or in Rally 1. But what I would like you to do is just have a good rest of your day, evening, weekend, whatever. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.